In this screencast, I want to show you how you can make your posts to your teaching and technology cohort ePortfolio. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Google site. So find your Google site and then click on the Curriculum in the Cloud page. This is the page that you're going to post everything on. Now, some people may have an announcements page as this type of page with new posts. We're actually not going to use this feature, so we're going to just go in and we are going to edit the page by using the pencil button up in the top corner. And you're going to type the words for each of your projects. So the first project is your integrated unit, and you could say a little bit more, third grade, or I'll say fifth grade, causes of the American Revolution. The next project that you did is your engaged and inspired learning project, and you're going to put your name and then all of your group names as well. So please type group members here as well. And then your last post is going to be your 20% project reflection. So you can organize these any way that you want to. If you want to go up to layout and do a 3-column so that each one is in its own separate column, that could be fine too. So why don't I just do that? Center each one of them, make it look kind of nice. You can make them bigger and center them and colored or whatever. So even though the colors probably aren't going to work well because once we link them up, they sort of assume the link color. So anyways, you could put icons on them or colors or whatever you want. But really the goal is to just get everything linked into this page. So let's start here. I think I have my 20% project sample thing. So what you'll have is you'll have a Google Doc that is your 20% project reflection. The first thing you need to make sure is that you've set the sharing settings on your Google Doc, not to be private, but in order for me to be able to see it and anybody else, we want to say that anybody with the link can view this document. So make sure you have that sharing setting set. Now, when I go in the sharing settings and anybody with the link, I need to copy this link. So I can right click and copy, or I can do Control C. And I've copied the link. So now back on my Google site, which is this icon of the tab, I can find my place that my project should go. So the 20% reflection. I'm going to highlight the words. And then I'm going to go up to this little chain link right here in the toolbar, link it. And I'm not linking it to another Google Sites page, I'm actually linking it to a web address. So I can paste that and say open in a new link because it's an exterior link, and then we'll click OK. So now the 20% project is linked. The next one that we'll do is your integrated unit. So same thing with your integrated unit writing template. It's already shared with me, although it's probably not shared with the world. So you would need to go in and click on the sharing settings and change this right here to anyone with the link can view it. So again, we need to change that, click Save, and then again, same process, we will copy this link, so right click and copy, or when it's highlighted, Control C. Go back to your Google site, same exact process, is we will highlight, use the little chain link that's up in the toolbar. We're not linking it to a Google site, but we're linking it to a web address. We'll open it in a new window, and we'll click OK. Now the last one, your engaged and inspired learning project, could be a Google presentation, it could be a Prezi, it could be Animoto, it could be a variety of different things. So what you're going to need to do, and I'll just sort of pick Prezi. So for example, if my group chose to do a Prezi, you're going to look for on whatever site that you created a share button. And so you'll want to make sure that somewhere that you've set the sharing settings to be public and people can see it. And then if you click on the share button or whatever kind of sharing feature you have on yours, you should be able to have a link. So in Prezi, I can just click on this to copy the link. And then I will go back and do the exact same thing in which I will highlight the words. And maybe I don't need to do all the group project people. I can just do those words, although it's not liking that right now. So whichever is fine. Click on the chain link, again, linking it to a web address, paste, open in a new window, and OK. Now there are some options on your Google site for other Web 2.0 projects. I'm going to ask you to just link your Google Docs just because that's easier for me to see when I'm grading them. However, if there was, I'm just going to change the layout to 2-column here again. If there was for maybe your engaged and inspired learning project, maybe you wanted to embed it instead of just linking it. One of the things that you can do is on other Web 2.0 projects or websites, there usually is something called embed as well, and it will just give you some code to copy. So I'm just going to copy that code to the clipboard, and then I'll go back to my website. Now, if you have code that you want to paste into a place, I usually just put my cursor in the box. I try to post the code at the bottom too. But in the toolbar, you have this little HTML toggle. So if I click on HTML, and if I go down to the very bottom and I just paste that embed code that they gave me and click update, that one didn't work. I wonder if I didn't get the code. Let's let viewers embed it, copy. Okay, so that code looks a little bit different. So I'm going to copy that again and just try it one more time. So I'm going to delete this because this looks like a link to me. It doesn't have any HTML in it. So I'll click on that again, go down to the bottom. See how it looks a little bit different where it says something like iframe and it has the brackets? That's how I know it feels a little bit more like code. So I can click update and see how now it's become a Google gadget. And when I go up and click save, the Prezi is actually embedded on the site. Because it is an outside source, so Prezi is not a Google app, there is some sort of saved script that has to run. So if you don't see it after you publish it, like I know that I just published it right there, but I also can see up in the corner that there's this little shield in the Omnibar, and if you click on the shield and say load unsafe script, then you'll see that the Prezi will actually show below and it will be embedded. So it's a little goofy new thing with Google Sites that you have to just teach parents, other teachers, people to click on the little shield. But then you can see that you can have your Prezi or embedded Web 2.0 tool right on that page. So obviously mine looks like it could have a little more organization, but feel free to kind of organize it, make it look a little bit cuter. But really the most important thing is to have all three of those projects on your Google site. Thanks.